1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon.
We just ran out.
That's all right.
Yeah. Right. So, do you want to do the opening introduction for this one, please, bro?
Yes, indeed. Welcome to the Football Referee. Football fans with us here today. I'm Trevor Gear, and he calls me bruv.
And I'm Emmy Hikins, and he calls me cuz. Welcome to the Football Referee. Now, what's happening with Raheem Sterling?
Well, he's left Arsenal, hasn't he?
Yeah.
That's about all I know.
Was it Arsenal or Chelsea?
Was it Arsenal? I know he went to Chelsea, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did he? Yes, he did go to. It was Chelsea. You're right. Yeah. Chelsea.
Is it? Do we understand correctly that he's now a free agent? Doesn't have a club?
Yeah, I mean his contract is terminated. I read that word, terminated, as if he'd done something wrong, but I don't think he has. I guess it was maybe coming to the end, or it had ended and they just extended it a bit for him because he wasn't getting much play time on the team, was he? So yeah, he's a free agent, and I think there were thoughts that he might join a club in the transfer window, but to my knowledge he didn't. So, and then I think I read he may be going abroad somewhere, possibly Saudi, I don't know, but that may be his next move.
Oh yeah, wow. We wish him luck, don't we? We seem to have a sixth sense on these sort of things, don't we? Because I believe it was 2 weeks ago we talked about him. We said, what's happening with Raheem Sterling? And now it's come out. But anyway, yeah. So this is a quote from Pep Guardiola in 2009. Right? So this is Pep Guardiola in 2009. Let's see what we make of it today. So he says, modern football sometimes makes me sad. Nowadays, there can be more focus on big name signings rather than promoting youth, and that makes me sad. Why buy a striker for 50 million when there is one waiting in the youth team? Now, fast forward 2026. What do we think he would make of this quote now?
Well, yeah, that seems, at the time, maybe it seemed a relevant thing to say, but you could argue it's also a bit of a naive thing to say. But maybe times have changed to some degree in the 16, 17 years since 2009. Clubs, owners, fans, they demand sort of more instant success, and what you then define what is success for your own club. And I think we talked about that recently. The majority of clubs in the Premier League are effectively feeder clubs. So maybe success for a club like the club I support, Crystal Palace, is staying in the Premier League, hopefully mid-table, perhaps above mid-table, and if you get that success, maybe you've got to cherish it, because other clubs in the past, I mean, I remember one a few years ago now, Charlton Athletic, who also, I think, shared a ground with us at Palace for some time. But their fans got very impatient because they always finished, in the mid or lower half of the Premier League, and they got impatient for improvement. Anyway, long story short, they got relegated sort of 2 or 3 years after that, where their managers were trying desperately to, create a winning team. And one way and another, it all went south, and so did Charlton. So, as they say, be careful what you wish for. But I think to come back...
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, 3 beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on the show.
For, but I think to come back to my point, there is always demand amongst owners of clubs for their managers to give instant success. And if that's the case, on transfer windows particularly, you can't just say, well, we've got a couple of youngsters in the academy, they're coming on well, they're looking good. You can try and blood people too early and perhaps spoil them. I don't know. The other side of that, though, the converse of that, is that somebody like Wayne Rooney was becoming a great player really at Everton at age 16 and 17. I think he probably played for England. Like Michael Owen was another one at a very young age. I think in the dim and distant past, I once read Bobby Charlton's autobiography, and he played for England at 17. So, and indeed nowadays you get players, as I say, like Wayne Rooney and similar, playing for the national side at a young age. But I still think generally, with the tough demands of the Premier League, and they are tough, physically and mentally, you can't blood people too early. You can bring them on, you can give them minutes in games, but you can't rely on that. So the idea that you can say, well, let's not glorify the big sales, the stars already existing, let's bring on the youngsters to almost take over. Well, I don't think that would work now. Maybe it did when he said it, but I don't think it would now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we live in a fast-paced society now. So because, and why I asked that question is because I'm not sure he himself would subscribe to that nowadays, would he? As being a manager, he wouldn't say, well, yeah, we're not going to buy. Because I remember when they bought Mamouche that day, it's just gone. They had to buy him from somewhere. I can't remember where they bought him from, but they bought, they had homegrown players, didn't they? Where they could have used to substitute. Yeah. And even today, they're still buying players. So yeah, well, 2019, what a long time ago.
When did he say that? Did you say in 2019?
2009, sorry, 2009. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it was about 16, 17 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Now the next one that we're going to move on to is a bit of a. I don't know how to say it because I love the guy. I don't know about you. Nuno Santo. I think that's his name. Anyway, he could be sacked if West Ham get relegated. He could then be sacked without compensation. Well, that's what he says. Yeah, this article. Maybe something in his contract. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do we think West?
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, three beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on the show.